Greetings. Well, I guess we'll see how this goes. We are waiting for the DM. He looks a little confused. Is there any way I can actually put him to the top?
That is above my pay grade.
Sort. No, it don't show a sort. This software I'm using to stream this, I cannot hide the mouse yet because there was bugs in it, so they're still working on it. So the mouse still like floats around when I'm on the screen. Aaron, we can't hear your ukulele. You're muted.
Oh, I know. No one wants to hear it yet. I gotta ease everybody into it, otherwise they're gonna get sick of it. The same 4 chords.
Ben.
Yes.
Okay, you have been leveled up. You gain reckless attack and danger sense at 2nd level.
Yep.
That means you can choose to make your attacks at you can make your attacks at advantage, but
with a
then
melee weapon.
Yeah, melee weapon attacks at advantage. All attacks against you until your next turn are also at advantage.
Well, does that also include unarmed strike? Because it said melee weapon.
I would consider I would count unarmed strike as a melee weapon.
All
right. And then advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects you can see.
Yay!
And you said you just want to take the average, right?
Yeah, just take the average.
Okay.
Just tell me when to hit refresh.
Oh, you should be able to refresh it now.
Awesome.
Okay. Christian.
Yes.
Are you wanting to take average hit points or roll?
The eternal question. Oh, I've got a D6. Screw it. I'll take a roll.
Okay. Roll me a D6 in the chat. If it's a 1, re-roll it.
Hot damn.
Yep, you probably needed that.
Probably?
Am I missing someone in the Zoom?
Scott has not showed up yet.
There he is.
Scott is on the Roll20 page.
Manage levels.
Hi. He looks different. Hello, Scott. We are live, so just want to let you know.
So can I say shit?
No! I didn't have the bleeper ready. We have to have the bleeper ready. Now you can say it. Go.
Well, that's it.
Is that part of the
means
rules
we're
on
canceled.
Twitch? I actually haven't looked into that.
Oh,
no, you can.
You can curse on Twitch. They don't care.
Hot damn.
Son of a Twitch.
You said it.
Going to.
I'm going to run for president eventually, so I'm just going to be nice.
Christian, you pick up Font of Magic. That means you've got 2 sorcery points. You're familiar with the sorcery point mechanics, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You gain an extra spell slot. You also gain an extra spell known. You will not gain your spell known until you complete a long rest.
And if you get 10 sorcery points, then you get to redeem it for 1 free wand at any sorcery store. So that's cool.
That's awesome.
Right? It's like a Sam's Club card, a punch card.
Oh my god.
Sorcery points. Yeah. Very economical. I love it. It's great.
Isaac's teenage angst is going to carry us through this entire experience. Okay, Felix, if you refresh, you should be good to go. Aaron.
Uh-huh.
Petra Sugarloaf, level 2 bard. Are you wanting fixed hit points or do you want to roll?
I don't know if I'm lucky enough to roll yet, so I'll do.
You just want to take the 5? Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's average.
Do I
It's
need to
gonna
change
average-
that, or are you changing it?
Nice
I'll
product
do it right
placement.
now.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Brought to you by Pink Pringles. Sorry. They're paying me money to do this. What?
It's okay. I have a bowl of nuts.
All right,
Thank
Aaron,
God.
you pick up Jack of all trades, which means you add half of your proficiency bonus rounded down to any ability check that you're not proficient in. That includes initiative checks, since they're a dexterity check. And then you gain Song of Rest, which gives a bonus 1d6 hit points to anybody spending hit dice after a short rest. You also gain an extra spell slot, and you gain an extra spell known. You won't get
Why are
your
you not
spell
on there?
known until
Wait a minute. Did he just
you
come in
complete
from the
a
other room?
long rest.
How did
Okay.
Fluffy get into BB Duncan's room?
Well, that is because Isaac is Ben's son.
Magic.
Oh, Rizzer was. Well, there he is again.
Petra, if you refresh Petra's character sheet, you should be good now.
Dope. Thank you.
You are so exceptionally welcome.
Exceptionally.
I am going to level up Xanthion, and he is going to take fixed hit points.
Is that Logan?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hit Christian. I'm trying to real hard. Christian. Ugh.
I can't hear you, Dad.
Hello?
There you go.
Is that your character's name too? I
Fluffy.
think you should change your character's name to Dad also. All of you really could, except for me and Fluffy down there,
Christian.
and Christian.
Allegedly.
My goodness,
Yeah, we know him.
we're outnumbered.
There, I
We have to
changed
be in
mine
our
to my
best
character's
behavior,
name.
kids.
That should work better.
Aw.
Do you have a best behavior, Aaron?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've had to whip it out, but
Well, just throw it on the table there.
it's
Slap it right on the table.
Oh my god.
Just let it hang out for the world to see.
I don't know if the table can support it.
Just a mushroom cap of positivity.
Oh my
Felix,
god.
Felix is a virgin. Can we keep this plain, please?
No, Felix's player is a virgin. Can you please keep it straight?
important.
Felix
important
is up there. He's being
context.
all formal. He's not joking around like he normally does. He's just being like, I look good on camera.
The hell?
I'm actually pulled up on something else. I have no idea what the fuck you're all talking about.
Good.
That works out.
Well, no, I got the whole "you're calling me a virgin" thing, but I have no idea what the fuck I look like right now.
You look like you usually look.
So, like, actually, oh,
Fabulous.
shit, fantastic.
Yeah.
Sorry, it has been
I tried.
a busy day. Aaron's like, okay, well, fuck me, I guess.
I tried complimenting you, but it's fine. It's not like I compliment for, the attention or anything, so it's okay.
Okay. All right. I think we're good. I think everybody is leveled up. We are down Logan tonight. I will be playing the role of Xanthion, which means that I will do my best to fill the quota of homicides of little old ladies.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Little gnome lady, right?
Last night,
Or dwarf?
last session, as soon as combat began, Logan's character took 2 short sword swipes on an elderly dwarven lady.
Why?
Because he was pretty sure that she was in league with an enemy.
And actually, to be more precise, with a short sword, you don't slash, you stab. So, I mean, it wasn't like just flailing. It was like a purposeful, like, yeah,
Basically shivved her.
Yeah,
It wasn't manslaughter, that's for
like
sure.
he made full eye contact and everything. It just was like, you're gonna die.
He asserted dominance. Yes.
He whispered,
Oh.
say hi to your ancestors.
Gosh.
And then stabbed her mercilessly.
That's kind of like what Jim did.
Welcome to it, Isaac.
Yeah.
She's a sweet old lady. I really liked her. Rip.
Oh,
no,
she's still alive.
She ain't dead.
Oh!
What?
Yeah.
Oh!
She rolled a 20 on her second death save, and immediately popped back up
that's
to
what-
one hit point.
Oh.
Actually, yeah, you gave her an
Did she-
impromptu ukulele concert while
Did-
Xanthion and Felix were investigating the attic and finding her husband's corpse.
Well, did she give him a swift roundhouse kick after she got back up? Because that's what I would have wanted her to do.
They came to a tense understanding that while Xanthion did indeed stab her, she also tried to feed him to a shadow. So they kind of just
Yeah.
agreed to let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, she trapped us with that whole raccoon thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Crafty.
So I'm
bitch.
just gonna say, like, she was not innocent in the entire thing.
I am lost.
To quote Skyrim,
Two episodes
there
ago.
are no innocent parties. There's only the guilty and the dead.
That's deep, man. That's really deep.
Okay.
Hmm.
Save changes.
Jesus.
Yes.
Where?
I know him.
Sorry, I opened up Twitch just to see how this thing is looking, and then all of a sudden it's like, here, you want to listen to techno, and I was like, God no.
Nobody wants to
No.
listen to techno.
Yeah, no. If you're gonna play D&D, ABBA is what you listen to.
Of course.
What is ABBA? I'm just asking for him.
Shut up, Jim.
Wasn't actually talking to you. I was talking to the young kid, but whatever.
Shut up, Jim.
Save changes. All right, I got that figured out. All right, so welcome to Jim, Scott, and Isaac. We will try our best to get you worked into the game in short order.
Okay.
In the meantime, shut up.
Okay.
If you need anything, unmute yourself. Okay, I think that's good.
Oh, on the spells, I'm just going to take your word on whatever you did.
Sounds great.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna say this: watching the Twitch while doing this, it's kind of trippy because it's like a full 5-second delay between anything you do.
So you're seeing this, and then 5 seconds later, seeing this. I love it.
Exactly. Oh, it's joyous. Joyous.
When last we left our heroes, subsequent to finding the job board in Elmswain, Petra Sugarloaf decided on behalf of the group that the job at 14 Equus Lane with a bit of extermination of a raccoon problem was the way to go. Upon being led up to the attic, our intrepid band of adventurers were led into a trap by one Batilda Bergdorf, and the revelation of a shadow hiding in the attic. Combat ensued, at which point a second shadow revealed itself.
Ooh.
After a tense battle in which Phocion was downed, subsequently saved by quick thinking on Petra's part, the two shadows were dispatched. A despondent Batilda, nursing a severe wound of indeterminate origin, pondered as to why there was a second shadow present in the attic. And after some investigation, the corpse of her husband was discovered tucked inside of a chest. After some discussion and a voluntary offer by Batilda to let the four of you off the hook and go to the authorities herself, it was agreed that rather than spin a yarn, it was important that the authorities knew that there were undead within the city limits of Elmswain. So while Felix remained behind with Batilda, the other three, Petra, Xanthion, and Phocion, were dispatched in an attempt to go and find members of the Guards Corps to alert them as to what had happened. The time is early afternoon. The place is Batilda Bergdorf's house and the outskirts of it. So, what would you like to do?
Am I in the game yet or no?
No, shut
Okay.
up.
Oh, wait. Where's the mute button at? Oh, there it is.
I can't believe she tricked us.
I told you guys.
You told us?
Yeah.
You went skipping into the house, flicking your tail around like you were happy.
Well, I was, but then I realized it was a trap, and I told you.
So Xanthion pipes in and says, wait, so wait, did you know it was a trap before or after the undead thing came out of the closet?
Before, because I warned you guys. As soon as she said, it's at the back of the house, and there were, signs of no recent rodent activity, it was kind of obvious it was a trap. I told you. No one listens to a cat, though, so that's on you, bros.
I don't believe you.
What are you doing while you have this conversation?
Walking, eyeing for guards.
I am grooming my tail.
Okay. Seems like something you would do in private, but who am I to judge? Okay. While they are looking for Guards Corps, Felix, what are you doing?
Sitting in the living room, smoking my pipe, and just relaxing. Trying to complete a short rest.
Batilda goes to the mantle place, picks up a pipe case, pulls out a pipe, returns to the table, sits down across from you, looks you up and down and says, do you have any extra?
I take my pouch and my, just my pouch, and I pass it to her.
She takes a plug of tobacco out of the pouch and thumbs it into the bowl of her pipe. Puts it up to her mouth. Goes and grabs a match.
Oh, hang on a second. I motion for her to walk over, and just a little bit of fire jumps from my finger.
She's startled, puffs on the pipe. That's handy.
Tell me about it. Perks of being a sorcerer.
I can't believe he's gone. Just can't believe he's gone.
I just sit there awkwardly silent. I have nothing I can say.
Oh no.
Petra, Foss. You walk down Equus Lane for about 5-10 minutes. Equus Lane is one of the streets in Elmswain that divides the Old Town District from the Haymarket District. So named Equus Lane because it is the street on which the Reeves stables are kept. As you near the Reeves stables, you quickly start to come upon Guards Corps who are positioned specifically to watch the stables to prevent anybody from trying to rustle the Reeves horses. You see 2 guards posted outside the stables and another 2 sets of 2 guards patrolling the perimeter.
Cool.
Xanthion makes a beeline heading toward the 2 at the front gate. What was your question, Aaron?
Are they cute? Was my question.
That's a great question.
Thank you. I mean, either way, I have to flirt with them, but just so I have the picture in my mind of who I'm flirting with. Like a 6, 7. Okay. You know what?
We will say out of a scale of 3 to 18,
The official D&D scale.
they're a 10.
Awesome. All right. I go up there and flirt with them.
All right, so Xanthion walks up. Foss, what are you doing?
I'm walking up and just looking down at the first one that I get their attention. I've grown accustomed as I tromps towards someone, they just start looking up at me.
Got it.
I shove him and say, I call dibs on that one, and point to whatever one he was going to.
In the meantime, since there's a little bit of interplay between the 2 of you, Xanthion has at this point taken the lead, walks up to the 2 guards in the front and says, so there was this dead guy, and he came back from the dead and he attacked us, and I need you to come. And so there's this dwarven woman. Okay, so she got stabbed, and her husband's dead, and...
Hey, Xanthion, who stabbed her?
Can you come with me, please? You guys just stand there and let him ramble. It's exceptionally awkward.
Impressive, I might say.
Okay. 2 guards look at each other, look at you guys over. Actually looks to you, Foss, out of the 3 of them, and says, what seems to be the problem?
Shadows in the city. They're not nice, and there's a dead dwarf and a lady.
As you say the word shadow, the guard on the right of the 2 guards that are posted at the entryway to the stable, his eyes get wide. You get the sense that he might actually know what a shadow is. So he looks over at his guard and then raises his hand and waves over 2 of the patrolling guards. So he leaves it so that there are 2 guards still guarding the stables, and a set of 2 guards going with you. And he just says, lead the way.
As I'm walking, I'm going to be like, well, there's a dead dwarf guy and a dwarven lady that tried to trick us, and she got stabbed, and now she's nice. I don't trust her. I just don't trust her. But there's a house that's this way. It's got walls. It's over here.
There's a house. It's this way. It's got walls.
This is going really well. This is going great.
And then I lead them to the door.
Okay.
And it also has a door. And I walk in.
Did you notice the color of the door? I say to the guards. It's a great color.
Well, I'm colorblind.
So am I.
Oh, okay.
But I assumed it's a great color. Because it's got to have a color, right? Does this door have a color?
I don't believe colors exist.
Ooh, you're onto something there.
Felix. Felix. Christian.
My apologies.
Yeah, no worries. This is the conversation you hear as the door opens and 2 Guards Corps watchmen and the rest of the party re-enter. Batilda immediately stands up from the table and immediately starts looking nervous.
Could you repeat the part of the conversation?
They were talking about that the door is a great color, except that they're both colorblind, so they're not sure that their door is a great color, and asking the guards and Xanthion what color the door is.
And then I say, I don't think colors exist.
And I say, that's a pretty good conspiracy theory.
Interesting conversation. So
The
they walk
other
in.
guard, not the one that Xanthion had pestered and subsequently had turned to you, Foss, the other one, who's a little bit younger, says, Batilda, what is going on here? Batilda nervously just starts folding her hands together nervously and rubbing them and looks up at the guard.
I think these guys know each other.
We lost someone.
Oh. No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
It's, Batilda says, it's Theo.
Date?
He's gone.
Wait, so how do you two know each other? Hold on.
Well, this is Leif. Batilda says, pointing to the guard. The Guards Corps watchman, Leif, says, "This is it's Batilda. This is Theo. Theo was the head groom for years before he retired. What do you mean he's gone?" It's just an awkward silence. Oh, he's dead, Xanthion says.
Stuffed in a chest like leftover lunch.
Remind me never to ask you to make lunch for me.
Where's she from?
So being exceedingly awkward, I'm going to get up out of my seat and sort of point the guards in the direction.
Okay. So the guards go upstairs. Are you accompanying? Is anyone accompanying?
Yes.
I accompany, yes.
And I will play a funeral dirge for Theo.
It's a very cheery dirge.
I think she should go too. She tricked us up here, pointing at the dwarf lady.
He nods.
The
She leads
dwarf
the
lady.
way.
I walk behind her.
Who's Aaron?
Hey, Dominique.
You heard Aaron playing.
Nice.
I'm like the Pied Piper of children.
So the two guards go upstairs into the attic. Are shown the corpse of Theo Bergdorf. And things get interesting for a while. The house is immediately put on lockdown. Nobody is allowed in, nobody is allowed out. Over the course of the next few minutes, several more Guards Corps watchmen arrive. In turn, each of you are interviewed.
Oh no. I get test anxiety. Okay.
You are taken back downstairs into the dining room, allowed to sit at the table. But each of you are required to make statements. Are any of you altering your statement from the actual recollection of events?
I am giving my story exactly. All
Okay.
the way down to she tricked us and I was trying to help.
My main bullet point of my statement is going to be, I told them so, and I was right, but they didn't listen to me. And then I go on a rant about the reason why they didn't listen to me is because I'm a tabaxi and a woman, and that takes up at least 30 minutes of the interviewer's time, and I give them no information other than that.
It actually takes up about 7 minutes of the interviewer's time, and then well before you're done, the interview abruptly ends for reasons that you're not absolutely certain of why. But yeah,
thank
you
goodness.
get the point across.
Yes. All right. 7 minutes is a record for me, I think.
Yeah, you're not actually trying to deceive them at all, so I'm not going to make you roll anything.
Nice.
Low battery.
Who has low battery?
Me.
Oh, okay. That's no good.
It's a Bluetooth speaker.
Things look a little interesting for a while as more and more Guards Corps continue to show up. And for a bit, you're not 100% sure that you're going to be spending the night tonight anywhere other than in a jail cell. It's you definitely get the feeling, especially at the beginning as you're giving your statements, that you're being considered suspects.
Aw, man.
A couple of hours pass, all told. Batilda is interviewed 2 or 3 different times. You're each asked in turn if you have anything to add to your statement. Finally, you are brought into a room by yourselves, the 4 of you. Batilda is left behind. You're brought into a room with 2 Guards Corps watchmen and then another Guards Corps who is in better looking armor with a mark of rank. It's a halfling male, probably in his, maybe 90s, a little bit more than middle-aged. Very proper looking. He gestures for you all to have a seat. I am Lieutenant Diego Whitfoot with the Elmswain Guards Corps.
Oh, hello.
I want to be incredibly clear with all of you that you are very fortunate.
I get that a lot.
I'm sure you do. You are very fortunate that Batilda is backing up your story. Because under normal circumstances, this would not be going so well for you.
And why's that? We told the truth.
Which is why this is going well for you.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
It's all right. But I want you to know that if word were to get out that there are undead creatures that had been discovered inside of the city limits,
I see where this is going.
it might cause problems.
Well, why wouldn't you want to tell people there's danger?
More problems than actually allowing undead to be within the city limits?
Third question, how much are you paying us to stay silent?
Well, what price tag would you put on your freedom?
Well, from here, from this place? This jail cell? Oh, so you're blackmailing us.
No.
Oh, you guys, he's blackmailing us.
No, nothing like that.
Oh.
Here's my question. We need to know if there are more. Because the two that were here, you dispatched. Which means you're, well...
Badasses.
Yes, badasses. We will be looking into this. We would appreciate it if you would look into this as well. And if you come across anything unusual, please report it immediately to the Guards Corps. The reason that we don't want word of this spreading yet is because, as far as we know, it was limited to the two here that you dispatched. If there is a continued threat, we want to know about it so that we can protect the citizens of Elmswain from whatever might still be here. But we're not going to go around spreading rumors that will lead people to panic. As of right now, people will be told that there were two and that they have been eliminated. If there are more, we need to know that.
Well, given where these things hide, I believe we need some letter of authenticity for us to investigate the proper areas of things.
The mention of the word hide, are any of the three of you proficient in Arcana or Religion?
No.
Proficient? Yes, actually.
I am
In which?
in
Arcana.
religion.
Okay, Felix, make an Arcana check, and Foss, make a Religion check, please.
15.
6.
Upon the mention of the word hide, as Foss says where these things hide, something pops into your mind. This is bizarre behavior for a shadow. You hadn't really thought about it until this point. But these are not creatures that are known necessarily to hide. They don't really have that much that they need to hide from. They tend to come out when it's dark, but they don't have a tendency to hide in enclosed spaces, especially for a week. They don't have a tendency to ask living creatures to bring them things to feed on. That strikes you as odd. Diego continues. Well, yes, and that's what we need to know is, are there more hiding in Elmswain? If there are, we have to know. We have to deal with it.
But if we have to look at
Diego.
people's attics, we're going to have to be able to get in their house. Do you want me? Look at me, just charging into someone's door? I need to look in your attic. It will
I
not
do.
go well.
Yes. Yeah, I want to see that actually.
Diego. Thinking about this as rationally as possible, and I explained to him why this isn't exactly natural or normal, more normal for shadows. I think what you're dealing with might. They might have a connection to someone who's not as undead as they are. Meaning they might be magically connected to some force driving them. Because the story that Batilda gave of them demanding a sacrifice, that's not natural. That's not normal. Staying in enclosed spaces, that's not like them. Hiding from the sunlight, maybe, but I don't think you're dealing with trying to flush out pests. I think you're dealing with something possibly a little bit more sinister.
You seem to know a lot about these things.
Yeah, as a sorcerer, I tend to know things about magic.
Let us know if you're going to leave the city.
Oh, of course. Let me guess. Because I'm the magic user, I'm prime suspect number 1.
No, all of you. Let us know if you're going to leave the city.
I thought that was directed to me.
Sassy pants.
No, that
Someone's in need of another short rest.
we need to know if you're not in the city still looking for these things if you leave.
Okay.
Is all I was saying.
Okay.
So,
And your name, sir?
Thanks, Diego.
Diego.
Diego, sorry. Don't
Diego.
take it personally. I don't know anybody's names.
Diego.
All right. Yes. Okay. You're free. You're free to go.
Thanks. I'm gonna go skip down the road in no particular direction.
Got it. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm looking at Felix and I'm going to be like, I think we should look next door. And then go to the next house. And then go to the next house until we have looked in every house in this city.
I admire your dedication. I do. But how about we keep an ear to the ground for any mysterious
Shannon,
happenings?
question.
Yeah.
How much magic is common knowledge for my character? Do I know any common knowledge stuff about magic? Like, the spell detect magic?
Roll an Arcana check.
I don't have it, so I'll just roll.
Well, it would just be that would just be a flat intelligence check.
Why does it keep rolling twice?
Arcana of 6. No, you're not familiar with the detect magic spell. All right. So what's the plan?
Well,
what do you want me to do, Felix?
Let me... And I pull out my handy-dandy little booklet or thing that I write things in. Well, we had a few other potential quests that we could do to sort of distract us until something comes to us. Let's see. There was a look for Cy Bellington. That might be on the same vein. Huh.
At this point, Xanthion, who has just been watching Petra skip up the lane, says, guys, I'm really weirded out by today, and I think I'm going to go back to the Grizzle Grimlock and just kind of relax and have some dinner. So we'll catch up with you guys later. If you guys aren't heading back to the inn, I mean, you don't have to head back to the inn. That's not what I was saying. I don't want you to think I was trying to tell you.
It's all right, Xanthion. Yes. We'll see you back at the Grizzled Grimlock.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go.
Toodaloo.
And off he runs.
Naruto runs away. In true awkward fashion.
All right. Real quick, Christian and Ben, what are your characters doing?
Well,
I am going to follow his lead on how to find this thing. If he doesn't give me an answer within 15 minutes, I'm going next door and I'm knocking on the door.
Fantastic.
While he's still like head buried in book, I'm just going to walk over to the door and be like, hello.
Okay.
So if that happens, let me know.
All right. Scott and Jim.
Yes.
Scott, I think you're still muted.
Scott. To the light, Scott.
My kids are just loud, so I'm gonna stay on mute.
Oh, got it. Okay. So, the two of you. Scott, having left Tramsildam and set out on a long adventure looking for wherever the road brings you, stumbled across in your travels a cleric of the Blessed Mother. And the two of you, on the road together, started to form a bit of a friendship. Natari and Morlo Spinoza. After traveling for a few days together, you realized that you were both headed for the same destination. Around this time of year in the city of Elmswain, known as the Gateway to the Amber Vale, there's almost always work to be found in early spring. It is to this city that you have come, looking for employment, looking for stories to tell, looking for good work to do. In the city of Elmswain, you found your way to the Grizzled Grimlock Inn, a modest inn run by its owner, a man by the name of Faisal Rumscorn, a man with connections in the city, a man known for having at one time been an adventurer himself. Having been given his name as a man to make contact with in the hopes of finding possible employment, you find your way to the Grizzled Grimlock Inn and are given some advice on ways to find employment in the coming days. You are sitting in the Grizzled Grimlock Inn, in the common room, taking an early evening meal together. The sun is just starting to think about setting, when a young half-elf, ranger by the look of him, comes in, orders a drink, and plops down at the table that you two are sharing, seemingly not even realizing that he has shared your common space.
Excuse me.
He looks up. He's like, oh, hi. Man, what a day. Right? And takes a drink. Hey! Man, you're a turtle. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen one of you guys in like so long. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, man. Let me tell you about my day. So, have you guys ever seen a shadow? Like not a shadow, like a shadow. Like he holds his arm up and his hand casts a shadow as the light comes through the window. Like, I mean like a shadow, like a big shadow form thing that's trying to kill you and it like sucks the life out of you. Have you ever seen one of those? Anyway, I'm Xanthion, by the way. And he reaches his hand out to you, Jim.
All right, I shake his hand. Nice to meet you, sir. What in the world?
So what are you guys doing?
Oh, she's gone.
Oh,
That was so adorable.
that was amazing.
Yeah.
12 hours of it.
That is adorable.
It comes and goes.
Quarantine. What a wonderful thing.
So are you guys here for the job, the stuff with the like the caravan?
We're looking for jobs. Employment.
Hey, are you a priest?
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
Why is that awesome?
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, do you not like being a priest? I'm sorry, that was very presumptive of me. I'm a little awkward around people. I'm sorry.
A little.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get some dinner. Do you guys want to get some dinner?
I tell you what, we'll buy your dinner for you. How's that?
Oh, that's really nice of you.
Yes.
Dude, I stabbed a little old lady today. It was crazy.
What?
Yeah, so there's this little, okay. So on the job board, right? On the job board, there was this job post. Have you seen the job board, by the way? It's over, it's like literally just like it's straight out the door right in the market square. Anyway, it's great if you want to try to find some employment. But listen, so no, seriously, there was this little old lady and she had raccoons in her attic, but they weren't raccoons, they were shadows. And she was trying to feed us to them. And so I stabbed her. Except I really probably shouldn't have. So that was a mistake. Yeah. Bad on my part.
Are you off your medication?
What's
You okay?
medication?
That's true.
No, it's like I thought she was trying to feed us to the shadow, but I thought she was going to try to kill us too. It's crazy. Oh, I'm not supposed to be telling you this. Sorry. Forget that I said anything. Please.
No.
So how about that dinner?
Blessings to you. You deserve a dinner.
Thanks.
Scott? Oh,
Yeah.
Hypothesis or whatever your name is?
I think your
Morlo.
camera stopped broadcasting.
His name is Morlo.
Or
That's the DM speaking, not Xanthion.
Yes. What's the matter?
Is that Christian crying? I mean, Felix?
Why are you yelling now?
Oh, Jesus.
Anywho,
A what?
tell us more about these shadows.
No? Why?
Oh, I really wasn't supposed to tell you about the shadows.
Well, we can do that next time we do this. It doesn't
Jim,
matter
roll
for
a
this one.
religion check.
There ain't
Jump
even
over
nobody
to
watching.
your character sheet in D&D
We'll do
Beyond.
it after this.
Correct.
Click on religion and then click on the button to roll it into Roll20.
Usually that red button comes up. Okay, there we go.
19. Yeah, you absolutely know what a shadow is. A shadow is an undead. It is the literal shadow of a creature that was killed by another shadow. It is an abomination to all that is sacred to the Blessed Mother. It is an unholy abomination of undeath that basically feeds on the living. And it is all undead is considered an abomination to the Order of the Blessed Mother, but shadows, I won't say they're any worse, but since they can create copies of themselves, they're considered particularly nasty.
Nuisances or nasty?
They're considered particularly nasty.
Is there a way to get rid of them?
They can be killed. Any undead can be killed.
Okay. How many are there in town?
Xanthion says, well, there were 2, but, well, we killed both of them. But we're supposed to be looking for more.
There could be more?
I'm not supposed to tell you that, I'm sorry.
Well, I think that's kind of important. People
Listen,
need to-
you know, you're a priest of the... Hold on. 1 second.
Mama?
I'm just pretending this is happening in the background at the
Why don't I
bar.
have adorable kids in the background?
Did she say, and everybody died? That's what I heard. I hope that's what she said.
Yeah.
So, Jim, this half-elf ranger just stares at you and he's like, you're a priest of... Who are you a priest of?
Something?
You are the priest of the Blessed Mother.
Yeah, Blessed Mother.
Oh, I don't know who that is, but listen, this is kind of right up your alley, right? Don't you guys like really hate undead?
We hate anything other than the Blessed
You hate
Mother.
anything?
Well, I mean, of the whatever that's against the Blessed Mother. Whatever.
Wow,
didn't-
I really never knew that you guys hated people. Wow. Okay. Listen. I think that this was meant to happen. I think we were destined. Do you believe in destiny? I'm sorry, what's your name?
Natari?
Natari. I'm Xanthion. I think that's a nice finger you've got there. Hi. And he holds it up to you. Listen,
The hammer guy?
I've got a great idea. Why don't you guys hang out with us?
What do you think? The fossil? What's his name? No, Martello.
Morlo. His name is
Morlo. More.
Xanthion says, I know his name, and I met him 4 minutes ago. And you've been on the road with him for how long? What kind of a friend are you?
You can't hear anything over his adorable daughter in the background, so you get to know.
That's
his name.
true. That's true. Your shell makes a lot of noise, Morlo.
Can I return to the inn for my skipping now?
Yes.
I've skipped around the block a couple times, right? By this point.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I want to burst in and cast Prestidigitation so that a shower of sparks just bursts everywhere into the inn, just to let everybody know that I'm back, especially Faisal, because I missed him. So I kick the door open. I kick the door open with my little kitty paw, and phew.
By the look on Faisal's face, he really missed you too.
I wave. I say, "Hey, Faisal, my buddy!"
You guys see a giant black-furred anthropomorphic cat stroll through the door in a shower of sparks. Interesting, because actually in all of your travels and all of your studies, neither of you have ever seen or read about a race of cat people. This is your
But
first time.
But Marlo says, I feel like I saw this movie at Christmas time last year.
Xanthion says, what's Christmas? I want one.
It's a movie.
I'm going to cast also Prestidigitation again and create like a stack of gold in my paw and buy around for everybody in the inn.
Wait, we can do that?
Can I do that?
Tip over the text of Prestidigitation in the chat for me.
Yeah, I want to read that too.
All right.
Did I do
let's
it?
see here. Minor magical trick that novel's instantaneous harmless sensory effects such as a shower of sparks,
last
puff of
one.
wind. You can torture some clean. You make a color, small marker, symbol, surface. You create a non-magical trinket or illusory image that can fit in your hand and last until the duration of your next turn. So here's what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? Yes, roll me an Arcana check to see if you know what's going to happen when you try this.
Oh no! I'm gonna do it either way.
Hold
Hold
on.
on. Arcana.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
is
if you try to do this,
Mhm,
you know that you will create the image of a stack of gold coins big enough to fill your palm. And the
mhm.
moment that somebody else tries to take it from you, their fingers are just going to pass straight through it because it is only an image and non-substantial.
Okay, then you know what? I'm gonna cast it and be like, hey, Xenon, what's your name again? Look at how much gold I found. That dwarf lady gave it all to me and asked me to kill you for all of this gold.
Roll
So,
deception.
She's really pissed about you stabbing her.
Roll a deception check.
And I show him the gold in my paw. Like, you really fucked up, dude.
Beep was late.
Xanthion's face just goes white. Oh no.
I mean,
How much gold did she give you? Because I stole a bunch from her. And he lays down a coin purse onto the table.
holy shit. She gave me the same exact amount as you, actually. Yeah, how much gold did she give you again?
Oh, hold on. I gotta look. I haven't split it up with you guys yet. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. You should split it up.
Well, yeah, no, I was
you-
going to. I mean,
yeah. Yeah. Did you notice that thing over there, though? And I want to take like a stack. Just enough to fit in my palm so he doesn't know I was fucking with him.
I got it. Roll sleight of hand. Hold on.
Yikes.
You say, look over there, and he just goes, huh? And stays turned for a good 30 seconds. Absolutely convinced that there is something he's missing.
All right.
You pilfer out the number of coins to perfectly replicate the illusion.
Perfect. And I'm done with that illusion. And now I'm going to buy myself a bunch of drinks.
Got it.
Hey, who
All
are
right.
these two dudes?
Oh, this is Morlo, and this is Natari.
Morlo, you're a
He's
You're a turtle.
turtle.
yeah, that's cool.
Yes.
I'm a tabaxi.
Yes,
like-
I know.
Wait, what did she say?
Oh. I thought you'd be more excited about that, but okay,
I-
that's
I-
fine. I'm excited to see you either way. And
I'm
who are you,
ecstatic.
sir?
Raphael. AKA View Gets. I made that character a while ago.
Yes.
What's your character name, Raphael?
View Gets.
He's the habit on the bar stool in the corner that's just had little too much.
Yeah.
Sounds exactly like him.
Who's this guy over here? I gestured to Jim's character. Who are you?
I am a wood elf clerical.
No, I don't care about all that. What's your name, honey?
Oh, Natari?
Are you sure?
Sorry.
Just as bad as you are, Xenon. I say to Xanthion.
No, it's
Yeah, I know.
Xanthion.
I know, honey.
I should
We
have been just
know.
named Bob.
So, you guys having a little supper club here? What's going on? You made new friends, Xanthion? That doesn't happen a lot. So, good for you, dude.
Hey, what do you mean by that? I make friends. I have friends.
I mean, Yeah, we're your friends. You're on a roll. This is like a high score for you.
Thanks, Petra.
This is
Doesn't make many
great.
friends with old ladies, so.
He stabs old ladies. Doesn't make friends with them. Ask questions later.
You stab one old lady.
I
All
mean,
right,
that's all it takes.
Felix Faucion, what are you doing during this getting to know you session?
I have walked out into the street just for a breath of fresh air
Cigarette.
and just sort of observing my surroundings.
You still looking in your book?
Yes, observing my surroundings.
Are you doing your homework?
I walk over to the next door neighbor's house.
I just watch him.
The door opens. A human female, probably mid-40s, looks you over. Yes?
Hello. How are you today?
I'm okay. What can I do for you?
You have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
That's my role.
There was an incident next door, and there could be the possibility of something magical passed over into your house, and I would like to investigate
Roll
for
a
your
persuasion.
safety. For your safety, ma'am.
Roll a persuasion check.
What the?
Why is it rolling 3 times?
I think it's because of the way I have to set it up for it to stream.
Oh, okay.
So let's take the one. Let's take the one in the middle.
I guess take the first one or the
Yeah.
last one. You choose.
Okay. So she says, are you with the Guards Corps?
Yes.
Roll a deception check.
Well, I honestly believe I am because they asked me to. I don't know how many times it's going to roll this, so
3 times. 17!
It's like, okay. I suppose.
Felix is dumbfounded.
I turn around and I look at Felix. I'm like, "Come on, let's look in here."
Not hiding my absolute astonishment that this worked. I walk over.
Well, have you noticed any creepy sounds that might resemble the sound of a raccoon?
I mean, we do get raccoons in the attic from time to time.
Oh, we need to look. They might not be raccoons.
No.
For the sake of brevity, you make your way up to the attic.
Oh. I'm a couple paces behind him.
I look around the attic for raccoons.
Roll an investigation check.
I'm helping.
Either each of you roll or one of you make it with advantage.
Yeah, I'd say boss. Well, because he's gonna roll 3 times regardless, so just
Yeah.
Can
All
you
right.
roll an extermination check? Because I feel like you guys are just exterminators right now.
somebody get me a gray
This session brought to
jumpsuit.
you by Terminix.
What about Orkin?
Gets rid of
Uh,
raccoons like a motherfucker.
I think that's actually their new slogan. Okay, so with an 18, yeah, you find signs of, varmint infestation.
Do
Or
I
have
do I see shadows?
short of your own? No.
I don't
It
think they're
actually
here.
it actually does scare you a couple of times when you look around and there's a shadow behind you, but it actually is yours.
That was mine. I don't think they're here, Felix. Maybe the next house. We might have some luck.
Sure, why not?
So to move this along,
Whew.
hold on just one second, guys. Be right back.
All right. All right, Felix. While the DM's gone, my character's determined to investigate and do his job.
You don't say.
Yes. So, if I don't know, you can try to rein him in if you want.
I'm honestly having a blast just watching this unfold. Sure, why not? I was gonna suggest go on a quest for a distraction, but you'll do.
Rangers.
So how long are you going to be investigating the surrounding area?
Until I either find something that
Okay, I'm trying
spikes my interest or Felix's interest, or I get tired and I need to sleep.
That's why I picked a total. What's the main lesson?
All right. Felix, are you along for the ride on this?
I am along for the ride.
Hold on,
I
just
am
one.
just-
Hold on, just 1 second. Oh,
Plot twist, it's Greg.
We could read his facial expressions and maybe see how this is.
Oh, Jim is talking to Shannon on the phone.
Oh, hi, Jim.
okay.
So I'm getting drunk in the pub or the inn. I don't know about the other two who are there, but
I'm watching this like what? 7'2" blue scaly motherfucker just barge into people's houses. I have no idea how tall you are, but I just know Dragonborn are pretty fucking tall.
I think you actually guessed it on the nose.
Did I really?
6'8". I got him in 6'8".
Damn it.
stooping through doors, accidentally knocking over shelves of priceless family heirlooms,
Like,
just
I'm pretty-
lumbering.
Pretty sure some of these door frames now have like a permanent outline of the top of his head. Just
Yeah, and shoulders because he walks around. I can imagine.
Scott.
Yep.
Dean is requesting Raphael jump on Splatoon and play with him.
Raphael, come here.
Okay.
What a twist!
I'm gonna go in the other room then, because this is gonna get stupid and loud. Dean wants to play Splatoon with you.
I like how everybody's doing their own thing. We had somebody cooking earlier, putting what looked to be like cornbread in the oven, and then Jim starts trying to show that he's a good catch. So I do dishes. Check me out. I'm washing my dishes. This has been awesome. I
Hey man,
like
this ain't Critical Role. This is real life D&D here.
Yep.
Warts and all. Warts and all.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
You try to finagle your way into 3 houses
You know,
as you are haggling with an elderly gnome gentleman at the 3rd house.
Oh, the geriatrics.
A pair of guards corps come up to you.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Okay. Do they look familiar?
Roll a perception check.
Should I too?
Sure, if you want to know if you recognize them.
Okay. In the immortal words of insert celebrity here, fuck it, we do it live.
Will Stevenson, that's who it is.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that these might have been 2 of the guards corps that had been in and out of Batilda Bergdorf's home.
The tens.
Hello.
Yes. Lieutenant Whitfoot has sent us to let you know that any interviews and interrogations of the surrounding area will be at the purview of the guards corps. Your services are appreciated, but not required.
So, are you telling me to stop directly, or are you doing something I'm not very well at understanding? Like, what's it called? Chalanting? Ron-chalanting? I can't remember.
Nonchalant, but yes,
Nonchalant. Are you doing the nonchalanting?
they are doing their utmost to be as civil and polite with
The
these
lieutenant
giant
politely
alien.
requests that you stop harassing Matilda's neighbors.
Oh. Well,
Don't
she
make
harassed
Scaly
first,
Man
but
mad.
that's okay. Sure, I'll do it. I'll do it. Where do you want me to go? I mean, trying to help here. I guess we go drink. Do you gamble? Let's go gamble.
The guard says, "Are you talking to me?"
Do you gamble?
No.
Oh, well then no. Why would I talk to somebody that doesn't gamble? Felix, do you gamble?
Your response. Are you talking to me? Do you gamble? Oh, I've been known to dabble a time or two.
Well, let's go. We don't have to harass anyone anymore. I
will.
thought we were doing what the guards told us to do. Help.
I will be there shortly. I need to ask these guardsmen a few questions.
Okay, well, I'll wait behind you. Step
right.
2 steps behind him. And just...
Okay, I'll wait behind you.
It's like that. It's like that meme
He
of the
was
guy
getting-
enjoying himself, and then that problem just like comes up right behind him.
Okay,
Oh,
Felix,
so-
continue.
Yes. One, sorry for any inconvenience or misunderstanding, but I did have a question for the two of you. There were two of them, right?
Yes, you have noticed. Actually, this isn't anything specific to Elmswain. Every city you've been in, the guard tends to travel. Guards Corps watchmen tend to travel in pairs for various reasons. Yep.
This is me behind him, by the way.
Are you trying to intimidate?
No.
Okay.
This is me relaxing.
I'd like to introduce you to my friend Mungo. Anyway, so I asked them as politely as possible. So I took a few of the notes off of the notice board, or at least took some notes down. Who is Cy Bellington?
The two of them look at each other and it's like, "Oh, old Cy. He's just he's a local. He's an old farmer. He went missing not long ago."
Right, I saw that was posted on the notice board. Do you know who might have posted that, or was that posted by the Guard Corps?
They look at each other and I don't. His wife filed a missing report with the Guards Corps. I don't think that the captain had that posted, but we're looking for him.
Okay. Well, could you point me in the direction of where his wife lives?
Well, I don't necessarily know if I'm at liberty to disclose that.
How about,
yeah,
let me put it this way. I think there might be a connection.
Oh.
Ago told us to help. Do y'all not want our help?
Well, it's not that. There's a chain of command.
Should we discuss it somewhere else, or should I discuss it with someone, one of your superiors?
And the other guy, the other guard, just kind of elbows him. It's like, no, the lieutenant wants their help. It's fine. He looks you over and says, "It's Thai's wife. Her name's Philomene. She lives. They have a room at the dormitorium. That's where they live now."
Okay. I take it like Philomena, or just Philomene?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's they don't have a lot of money. They were never particularly. To be honest with you, we're not really that worried about it. Cy has a tendency to tip the bottle a little bit. It's not the first time he's gone missing.
Well, what was the old phrase that I saw in a book once. Sometimes when you've ruled out the most unlikely suspects, the most likely suspects, the most unlikely is the reasonable culprit.
If you get bit, it's most likely by a snake. That's general. Never mind. Maybe I don't fit.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for your help.
So yeah, the Bellingtons. It's Philomene. You can find her at the dormitory.
All right. So I jot that down. Thank you, gentlemen. That's the only question I had. So I will. We will make our way to the Grizzled Grimlock. Fossion, are you ready?
Yes, I'll follow you and try
All
to
right.
not talk.
Oh no! Don't be like that. What's your game of choice? Huh? What's your poison?
I don't know. I just like to bet money. Win or lose, I have fun. Usually
Dice,
get free drinks.
cards.
I've wanted dice before.
All right.
I've
That's
wanted
a possibility.
cards before.
Well, all right. Let's see what they have going on at the Grizzled Grimlock. And I make my way there. I take it Foss is probably gonna follow, but that is up to him.
Yes,
All
I
right.
follow Felix.
The two of you make your way back to the Grizzled Grimlock, and you find Petra buying rounds of drinks for everyone, and Xantheon talking to a wood elf and a turtle that you have never seen before.
Would I know what a turtle is?
Yeah, it's a common race.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yep. It's one of the old races. They're not super common this far outside of Tramsildam, but you've seen them before.
Common knowledge that they exist.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not nearly as rare as Tabaxi.
I'm more special.
You're the specialist, Aaron. Not like an actual specialist, but you know what I mean.
Got it. Yeah, I think you have to go to school to be a specialist.
All right.
Hi, Jody.
Hello.
Cheers.
All right. How is the evening proceeding?
Raucously.
I would like to ask everyone.
Yes.
Tell me about Bright Hollow. Why are they seeking so much, like combat type of employment?
The voices in my head told me to be here. I have no clue.
I do as the voices command.
Yeah, I do.
Well, I just left home and I'm just exploring, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, so how many sessions have you guys had?
This is 3. This is session 3.
Okay. I thought you guys. Okay, all right. So we're not. Okay, so we don't know what the fuck we're doing yet. Okay, got it. So you're
That's
just as
true on
clueless-
so many levels, Scott.
Just as clueless as I am. Perfect.
Well, I am
What can you tell Dean?
I am sitting on some tall surface drinking and just watching for now. I'm
Okay.
watching the tortoise, the turtle, the tortie, and the new guy because I want to make sure they're not being mean to my buddy Xenon.
For
Warrior
whatever
princess.
reason, Xantheon seems to have taken a liking to the wood elf.
Yeah, and I'm suspicious of that. So, because I want to be, we're supposed to be best friends. So or am I just supposed to trust him on this one?
Roll an insight check.
Okay.
while you're not necessarily the most attentive person, you do remember that Xanthion mentioned that he was from the Shrouded Weald, and his dad was a wood elf.
Okay. Good enough for me. I trust him completely with my whole heart, and I buy them a round of drinks.
Okay. Drinks are had. Dinner is consumed. Is there anything else that anybody wants to do during the evening?
I'm gonna get everybody drunk enough and do another round of singing the drinking song about Faisal, but that's about it. I just want to embarrass him one more time before I go to bed.
Got it.
Or pass out on
Okay.
one of the tables.
Anything else?
I'll drink, but not as much as I normally do.
Okay.
Just look like I'm in deep thought,
Okay.
wondering if colors exist.
Okay. So then you guys spend the evening together, discussing the events of the day, having a few rounds, getting to know your two new companions. You guys can go ahead and mark off a long rest. Felix, your strength score returns to 10.
Hallelujah.
And you can pick whatever your third known spell is. Or sorry, yeah, your third known spell. Yeah.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Petra, same for you.
Oh, I thought it was going to keep beeping.
It will as soon as I unmute it. I'll be right back.
Check your battery, everybody.
I thought Christian was backing up.
There's a fire over there, but I don't care.
So what did he say about spells, Christian? I got distracted by the fire alarm.
Because we excuse me, because we got a long rest,
We're live.
we will get the spells that we would have gotten when we leveled up.
Oh, cool. How do I do that?
You would go into your manage spells,
There.
and then you would add the spell that you will take.
Good news, false alarm.
That's good.
Somebody's cooking.
All right. So morning comes. It is the dawn of a new day. And the day is yours. What would you like to do?
Carpe diem.
You're going to do what to the DM?
I'm going to hit you with a carp. Or a salmon, whichever you prefer.
I don't discriminate.
You're not specious when it comes to fish.
I can go find one pretty quickly. Well, relatively speaking, for a turtle.
Okay. Also, point of information. Petra,
Mhm.
do you remember the notice on the board, which would actually be this one? The minstrels or entertainers needed for a private event. You were
Yeah.
interested in.
Yes.
So I had told you that it was the second Sunday of the month.
Mm-hmm.
However, upon looking back at the calendar, I realized that the month actually began on a Tuesday. So that actually will be this Tuesday. Okay?
Hooray!
Today is Monday.
Hooray!
So just so you are aware, you have one
Okay.
more day if you are interested in that.
Yeah, I
Okay.
am.
Okay. But it is a bright early Monday morning. You all come downstairs from your rooms to congregate in the common room of the Grizzled Grimlock Inn, where the familiar gray severed head of a creature stares eyelessly down at you, smiling above the doorway. Faisal is behind the counter of the bar, serving up drinks. There are cooks in the kitchen, cooking up the morning meal. What would you like to do?
I go for the closest thing to the medieval equivalent of coffee.
No, coffee's a thing. They have coffee, tea.
Coffee.
I would like a sardine omelet for breakfast.
They can make
That's
you an omelet.
awesome. Is Faisal making that? Is that Faisal saying that?
No,
Oh.
no. I'm just letting you know that they are capable of making you one.
Okay. Faisal! I yell as I come down the stairs.
He nods and smiles and waves.
Faisal, I have a gold piece for you if you'll make me a sardine omelet, please.
For you, anything.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm gonna need that gold piece up front.
Oh, absolutely, buddy. You know, I hear all of these songs about you. You are
I'm gonna put the
famous
gold piece on the bar.
guy.
I'm putting the gold piece on the bar. It's early. Shut up, Bard.
Fair enough. For another gold piece, I'll do what you tell me.
Oh, for fuck's sake. That's
I know
that
a
will-
really
that will
fun
be the-
morning song.
that will be the first time you've heard me cuss.
Yay! I did it.
I'm going outside to just breathe fresh air.
You're inside of a relatively decent sized city. There really isn't much freshness to the air in any
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But just kind of stay somewhere when they do leave, I'll see them.
Okay.
Who does that have to do with that?
So one by one, you all come downstairs and congregate together in the common room. Breakfast is had. No, I'll be there in just a few. Breakfast is had by those who want it.
Yum. It was delicious. I've never had a sardine omelet before, I've got to be honest with you. I kind of made that thing up and hoped it was a thing, so thanks, Faisal.
No problem.
Always waiting for action from us. I'm doing the morning devotions and meditation.
I ask for a mimosa.
Ritzy, I like it.
They have ale or whiskey.
I will take a whiskey. That's close enough, I say.
Okay.
It's like going into a bar. I want a Guinness. We have Natty.
Close enough.
Close enough. It's fizzy.
Okay.
I'll be right back and go to the restroom.
Okay. So Xanthion, just kind of staring blankly around the table, says, "So what are we doing today?"
Eating breakfast.
All day?
Maybe. I mean, have you tried this sardine omelet? It's amazing. Here, and I shove it into his face.
I'm allergic to sardines.
Oh no!
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
cast-
I'm just kidding.
Oh man, I didn't know how to cast EpiPen, so I was really worried for a second.
I think that's a use of prestidigitation.
Just make him appear less bloated.
It's purely an illusion, though. He is actually still dying of anaphylactic shock.
He just looks great doing it.
Yes, he looks perfectly normal the entire time he's asphyxiating.
Quite bizarre.
All right. So,
Well, the sorcerer told me to be quiet, so I'm gonna keep doing that. Unless one of you want to give me a gold piece to not be quiet anymore. I'll make up a song about you. No? Okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go do something.
This is driving me nuts.
Xanthion gets up and walks out.
Wait, no, wait. Come, I'm coming with you. I hate it in here. It's too quiet.
Okay.
Let's go. Where are we going?
I don't know. I'm gonna go back to the job board.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna try to make some money.
Yeah, me too. Great idea.
Okay. You guys coming?
I follow.
When they walk out, I'm following them.
Okay.
We leave Christian behind.
She goes out of the bathroom. Where'd everybody go?
Felix comes out of the bathroom and he's like, guys.
John Travolta
Got
gif. It's perfect.
Okay. Foss, you see. Oh, there he is.
Oh crap! We didn't lose him.
Sorry, that coffee goes right through you.
So Felix, you see that Xanthion stands up and just says, "Okay, this is weird. I'm gonna go do something." And Petra, Natari,
What's weird?
Morlo, all follow. And he looks back at you and is like, "Are you coming?"
What are we doing?
I said I'm gonna go try to make some money. That's the whole reason I'm here.
We're gonna go hit the corners. Come with us,
I was
baby.
in the bathroom. Oh, well, okay, you can hit the corners, but I'll just be there.
Okay, well,
So
don't get too close.
All right.
You might scare away the customers.
It's all right. I won't get close. I don't want to get fleas, but okay.
Hey,
Oh, sorry.
Ow.
Sorry. What is it? Ringworm?
I thought we were friends.
What the
You
hell?
probably
Am I giving
gross.
that thought?
Hurt my feelings.
So Xanthion goes back to the job board and starts looking it over. And he points to the notice about Sildren Monshiver and the five silver per wolf here. He jabs it with his finger and he's like, "You know what? I can do that."
You can wolf hunt? You're gonna wolf hunt?
I've been wolf hunting my whole life.
Whoa.
This I have to see.
Me too.
What's a Sildren Monshiver?
Not a what. That's a who.
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay, let's go find Sildren Monshiver.
What? Who?
Which one is that on there, Shannon? I'm trying to find it.
Hold on.
Far left.
Far left.
Points to that one.
Ah, yeah.
Are you guys picking up the wind?
No.
No.
Okay.
Wait, what wind?
That looks fun. I'm in.
All right. And so Xanthion proceeds to walk through the merchant square, stopping at everybody that he sees in procession and asking them if they know Sildren Monshiver.
Oh, no, no, no. Stop it. Stop doing that.
Wait, why?
Oh Lord.
Because you shouldn't be talking to you kill wolves, we'll talk to people and figure out who we're looking for, okay?
So
about that?
as she tends to the child, I intercede between the person that he was talking to. I'm terribly sorry about that.
Yeah, I know Sildren.
Oh,
Wonderful.
hey,
Could
you
point
did
us
it,
in the
kid.
direction?
It's the Monshiver farmstead. It's just just south of town.
Oh, wonderful.
Are you going wolf hunting?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This kid's a world famous wolf hunter. If you hadn't heard of him, yeah. Xanthion. Big time hotshot wolf hunter.
I'm not world famous, Petra. Okay. Yeah, it's just south of town. You'll see a sign. He has his name on the path that leads up to it.
Yeah,
All
you're
right.
very lucky to have met him. He's
Wonderful. Thank you
very
very much.
busy, very famous. Bye.
Bye.
And drag him behind me.
I
All right,
give him 5 silver for helping us.
He's very appreciative.
Actually, I give him 4 silver because I have 4 silver.
You give him 5 and pull one out. He's like, nope, not for you.
Sorry, that one doesn't exist.
Okay.
All right. So we head out that way, everybody? Yes, yes?
South we go.
South we go.
To the south.
So you head south out of town, following along Rybach Way. Outside of town.
What about Pumpernickel Way?
No, that doesn't exist. That's not a thing.
Damn.
Eh.
Sourdough Way?
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
Man? The one who lives on Drury Lane.
So you proceed south out of Elmswain, probably about half a mile, following a road called Rybach Way that eventually has a path leading off of it toward a farmstead with a sign by the road that clearly marks it as the Monshiver farmstead. And approaching, you see it to be a modestly sized farmstead, and immediately apparent is that this is a sheep farm.
Makes
Sheep
sense as
are-
to why he wants to kill wolves.
Yep. And Xanthion starts making a beeline for the farmhouse.
Oh god, I thought you were gonna say the sheep.
Really?
I'm muted, sorry.
Not that way. I thought he was gonna be like distracted by the floofiness.
Okay, good.
Dealing with a socially awkward person here, not a pervert.
Thought you were
I'd
going
be more-
somewhere else with
I'd
that.
be more worried if Petra was heading towards the sheep.
Sheep are dumb. I don't like them.
You're the one flirting with everybody. Hey, that's good. That's very well founded.
I have a bar set somewhere. It's very low.
Somewhere. I lose it after a while,
I
but
think
it's
it's
there.
under my bed, but it's there.
All right. And knocking on the door of the farmhouse, an elderly human comes to the door, dressed in the obvious accoutrements of a farmer, and introduces himself as Sildren Monshiver.
Children.
Mr. Monshiver.
Hello.
Hi. My
yeah.
name is Felix. That's Petra. That's Xanthion, and so on and so forth. And we're here to answer the missive about hunting some wolves.
I didn't
The
figure you were
missive?
here for the sheep herder's job. All right. So what I put on the board in Elmswain stands. You bring me a wolf ear, I am going to give you 5 silver for it. There's no limit.
So, just to be frank, we could keep the pelts, but you just want the ears?
I don't care what you do with them. I just don't want them hunting my stock. They've been terrible this spring already.
So before we head out, do you have a heading or a direction in which they tend to den?
And they tend to come up from the south.
All right.
But I'll tell you, this spring, you go any direction, you're probably going to find some.
All right. Well, sounds feasible enough.
Throw a rock and hit a wolf. Let's do it.
Everyone ready?
Totally. Lead the way, Xenon.
I guess.
Xanthion.
I know.
Warrior
Why do-
princess.
Why do you keep calling me the wrong name?
Oh, I forget sometimes.
Oh, okay.
I think
I
she
call
does it on
everyone the wrong
purpose.
name. Don't worry.
I think she does it on purpose.
I don't.
See, she's lying.
Damn it.
You're probably right.
And so off you head into the countryside.
To the sound of Howard Shore's, concerning hobbits.
To the sound of me playing a song about wolves and how we're gonna catch them and eat them.
As
But we're
soon
probably
as you
not
are
because it's really loud.
as soon as you are outside of the city, outside of the farmstead, and starting to get into the countryside a bit, Xanthion turns to you, Petra, and says, "I'm really gonna need you to be quiet."
Okay. You're the wolf expert. Right?
After about 5 minutes of looking around, you guys following behind Xanthion raises his hand up. He says, "Okay, we've got some. Looks like a pack of 6. They headed this way about a day and a half ago, but they're moving away from the farmstead, not toward it. One in the pack is injured. He's walking with a limp. They went south. Okay, that's interesting.
Is this another trap? Are these the raccoons? Is this the raccoon thing again, you
Oh
think?
no, these are wolves. These are wolves. These are definitely wolf tracks.
Well, let's get it straight
Why are they
first. There
running
was
away?
never any raccoons.
Xanthion,
Right.
That was
what
just
do your
a
elf
front.
eyes see?
Really?
You knew that was coming. Come on.
Okay.
Are they
that's,
taking the hobbits to Isengard?
I'm going to come through the screen. Okay, I want to follow this for a little bit. Come on. Quietly, please.
Do we all need to make stealth rolls?
Everybody make a stealth check.
Okay, I'm probably going to be the one to fuck this up. So here we go, everybody. Oh, this is going to be bad. What the I roll an 18 on a stealth, but I can't get a god blessed Arcana check to save my ass.
I don't know why I rolled twice, but there you have it.
Oh, it says you rolled insight.
Oops.
Well, you rolled stealth and insight.
There we go.
Okay. Ben, I need a stealth roll from you.
Whoops.
All right. Let's go. Okay. You guys follow for a little bit behind Xanthion, trying your best to be quiet. After about another 20 minutes of basically just seeming to be kind of wandering through the wilderness, he stops again. He says, "Oh, okay. Well, this one might be a strikeout. It looks like, okay, yeah. Somebody is already trailing this pack."
Let's trail those people. And then when they kill them, we'll kill those people. And then we'll take the wolves for the silver.
What's the movie where the guy's sitting in the church pew and there's somebody behind him with a gun to his head and there's somebody behind that person with a gun to their head? And then there's somebody up in like the rafters with a sniper?
I don't know what you're talking
I-
about, but yeah, it's
I
that.
don't
it's-
think that's honest. I don't think we should do that.
Yeah,
Well, I
just
mean,
watched
murder is dishonest. You're right. Not very
It's,
nice.
Oh God, I just watched that.
I mean,
I just wanted
think,
to make Xenon uncomfortable.
I think
It's like a
murder.
casino.
You know.
It's like a casino where the dealers are watching the gamblers and the pit bosses are watching the dealers,
Yeah.
and the eye in the sky is watching us all. It's very similar to that.
Under his eye.
So wait, are we still gonna go after this pack even though it was already being trailed?
You're
say-
in charge, doofus.
I
You're the
say
wolf hunter.
We trail. I say we trail, but we don't engage.
Words are hurtful, Petra.
Sorry.
Are we
That's
tracking?
a term of endearment where I come from.
Are we tracking something? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, we're
It-
looking for wolves.
It means smarty.
I was reading that my character is good at. Oh God, what is it? I
have to say, Isaac is being very patient.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got. Oh shoot, maybe.
Isaac, you are the MVP of this session.
Hey Shannon, I
Yeah.
texted you something about my equipment.
Yep.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, in my survival, I can. Can I roll a survival?
Yeah, roll a
And then-
survival check.
And I'll look for these tracks. I just had to find it. I was looking through my character.
Yep, no
How
problem.
about we split up? Half of us can follow these people, the other half can find more wolves or something.
But as
What do you
long-
think we should do, Xanthion?
Ooh, I rolled a 19.
You are seeing specifically what Xanthion is pointing out. There is a pack of 6 wolves, and it looks like they're being tracked by a set of humanoid footprints.
Okay.
That seems to be going off to the southeast. The tracks look like they're probably at this point maybe half a day old. They may have, at this point in the day, it looks like this may have come through just this morning.
Okay.
How many humans?
Yeah. It says I
looks
can
like-
identify signs. Predict the weather with blue quicksand. No, nothing specific.
All right. It does. Xanthion actually, when Jim, when you asked that, Xanthion says, looks like about 8 of them.
Ooh.
They weren't being quick about it though. They were taking their time. No, I think we got a chance to beat them. They were not moving fast. Yeah, no, come on. We got time. Yeah, we can do this. Come on. And excitedly starts pressing ahead.
I can see Logan doing that.
I move as quietly as I can.
Well, Xanthion is no longer trying to be stealthy. He seems to think that he can get the drop on whoever else was trying to trail these wolves.
All right.
Until all of a sudden, after about 20 minutes of good paced travel, as you start getting into some thicker trees, all of a sudden he stops very suddenly in front of you. And he looks back over his shoulder with a look of concern, and he says, "Guys, we're not alone."
Oh dear.
Isaac,
I see dead people.
Yeah.
there's been activity in the woods lately. Things that aren't necessarily making sense to you.
Mm-hmm.
Things that seem to be against the natural order. I'll try in a second. Thank you, though. All of a sudden, there's a group encroaching on your territory, making you very uncomfortable. But
Can I hop?
Hmm?
Sorry. Can I like leap up into a tree before they see me?
This is
In the
all
woods,
happening
right?
literally the second that Xanthian
Oh, okay.
comes.
Don't have time.
Okay. Can I ask how long has it been since I left?
Since you left where?
The forest.
You're still in the forest.
Okay. So
As you start getting closer to the village that you had seen in the distance, you stumble across this group of people tracking through the woods.
Okay.
You step out of a clearing, almost on top of them without realizing that they were there. Can you please describe your character?
Okay. You all see what looks to be a little girl. She can't be any older than maybe 10 years old. She is wearing a tattered dress and she has long hair down to her knees, and it's all messy. It's got bits of leaves and shrubbery in it. She looks like she has been stranded in the woods for who knows how long. And
There's a gross little girl over here.
And she just looks confused and scared.
I'm not touching it.
Dad, why are you letting him? No.
Hello?
Where's your parents at?
I don't know.
What are you doing out here?
Trying to find my parents.
How long have you been looking?
I don't know.
Well, that doesn't really help us very much, does it, kid?
Can
What are their names?
Can I roll an insight to get an idea of what's going on?
What are you wanting to gain insight on?
Just the child's mental state.
Roll insight.
Probably shit. Okay, it hasn't loaded, I don't think. I'll give it a hot minute. Or we try again. Try again. Still nothing.
The heck? Why isn't it working?
I see it.
There you go.
Oh, great! Jesus, Mary, Mother of God!
Oh dear. We take the last roll, right?
Um,
The latest one.
Take the first. I say one roll. Take the first.
Isaac, what is your mental state?
Confused, scared. Like I said earlier, she does not understand what exactly is going on.
Yeah, I don't like this. I think this is another trap too, you guys.
Strange little
I
kids.
think it's
are
all
weird.
a trap.
A trap?
First off, what is your name?
Emma.
Mm-hmm.
Emma.
So she says.
Emma Wood.
Watson.
Emma, why are you out here?
I think I was put here.
By your parents?
No. By the tall man.
Ooh.
He said he knew my mom.
That's how they get you, kid. Did he try to give you candy too?
Yeah.
Can I roll anything at the mention of the tall man?
Sure. Roll
Oh man.
Arcana or Religion.
Proficient in Arcana, so we'll go with that. It'll probably be like a 6. Jesus. Why did it roll that? Oh, okay. I only did it once that time. Holy sh! It's an 18! Yay!
Hooray!
There are no specific mentions of a tall man that you're aware of. It's not the mention. I mean, the description is pretty vague. There's nothing immediately that makes you seem to think that somebody being tall would have anything to do with anything arcane or religious.
Do
Okay.
you remember the town you lived in, little one?
Yeah, where are your parents from? Where are you from, kid?
Home?
Yeah, where is that? Is it near some mountains, some trees,
It's
a big town?
It was in a city.
Which one?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think she's a trap. I think she's a spy, you guys. I don't like this at all. She doesn't know anything.
She's 10 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
These little versions of you guys, though, like, they're supposed to know more than this, right?
Us guys.
She's so weak.
Quick question.
Have you ever?
Does anyone have the spell Detect Magic?
Yes.
That might help us.
Ah.
Little girls popping out of the woods, and after dealing with 2 shadows, I'm staying
Thank
away.
you. They're listening to the cat. Woohoo!
How do you do that? Spells.
You would just cast it.
Mhm.
You can click on the spell and it'll just send the description into Roll20.
All right, I'm finding it. Detect magic, cast, boom.
There is an aura coming from something on Xanthion's person. There is. Let's see here. Nope, yep, that's it.
What about would arcane focuses apply?
Nope. Arcane focuses are not inherently magical.
Okay.
They're just a channel of the weave when you actually cast a spell. So
All right.
you would sense the magic of the spell, but not the actual focus.
Well, Emma, have you seen any wolves around here?
No.
Xanthion, who's looking very impatient, says, "Well, I have at least their tracks, and we're very close, and I would really like to beat this other band of trackers to them if we could. So how about we take the 10-year-old with us, get her back to the town afterwards, and figure out where she's from. But for the time being, I really don't want to miss out on the silver."
Okay. Listen,
I
little
don't-
girl.
I don't want to go near wolves.
No, we'll keep you safe. Don't worry. You stay toward the back.
You'll be perfectly fine.
Let the grown-ups
Yeah.
handle this.
You stay
You
toward
try-
the back with the turtle, because he's pretty slow anyway.
Trust us.
Yeah.
Well, not
Trust
all
the-
of us.
Trust the priest.
Don't trust anyone who says trust us, little kid. That's your first lesson in life.
That's a true point.
You're welcome. I won't even charge you for it. If you're actually a
Charge
kid.
me.
Yeah. I still am not 100% convinced you're actually a child. So, watch your P's and Q's, Missy.
P's and Q's.
Hmm.
What are you talking about?
They're letters in the alphabet.
All right.
Yeah.
So, how about this? Retract the claws. Foss, can you piggyback the child and we can just go?
Yes.
Great
yes.
idea.
Come here. Pick her up and
She's so
carry her under my arm. Come on.
I squirm.
It's okay. You can squirm.
If
If we leave you alone, the wolves might eat you.
Do we
we
have
don't
a
want the wolves
rucksack
to
of
eat
some
you.
kind?
I could just leave the forest, and the wolves wouldn't eat me.
Well, there's wolves all around here. Look at those tracks.
The wolves won't eat a big scary lizard man. Don't worry. You're safe in his arms.
Let me
He's too tough to
down.
chew on.
I'll put you down if you'll just walk beside me.
Okay.
Hold his lizard claw.
No.
Xanthion, who's very impatient at this point, starts to charge ahead and just be like, okay, come on. Stay quiet.
Okay.
Creeps ahead through the woods. The forest starts to become thicker, trees more dense. This is an area that is not regularly forested. Around the city of Elmswain, the trees are regularly harvested for lumber or for other goods. Out here, this is older growth. It's becoming a little bit harder to make your way through. You start making your way into a denser part of the forest, and all of a sudden Xanthion's hand flies up again, and he says, okay, they're right ahead. And he starts creeping. And I need everybody to make another stealth check.
And let's fail it.
Why are you guys so quiet?
Shh. Shh. There's
You want the wolves to hear you and eat you? Shh. That's why.
No?
We don't want to scare the
Hold on.
19.
Where is it?
Is that 19 plus 3? That's 20.
Oh, no,
it's
that's
just
with the
19.
+3 added in.
Did you see Scott's message?
Yep, I see it.
Okay.
Scott's got a message.
All right. So you start creeping your way along, and you begin to hear definite sounds of wildlife ahead. It sounds like growls, muffled. Start to creep a little bit closer ahead.
I think this is another trap.
Shh. Xanthion holds his hand up and says, no, there they are.
Okay.
And you look, and you can see up ahead, maybe 45, 50 feet ahead of you. 6 wolves. They are circling. Seem to be eating something. Growling as they do it. Seems to be another animal, maybe. Everybody should have control of their own token.
I cannot see anything. It's blacked out on my screen.
Yeah, same here.
Same.
Got it. Just a moment.
Also, is there a way that we can move a character, not character, but player icons?
That's a
Not-
great question.
Not the tokens, but the things with our
Yeah.
names on them.
You
That are
can
directly in front of the map.
You can
pictures.
click settings, scroll all the way to the bottom, and take them away or make them small.
Yeah.
Ah, all right.
Thank you.
Oh, it's player avatar. Okay.
Mhm.
Sweet.
Perfect.
Muchos
That's gonna
gracias.
be better.
Oh, there I am. Okay.
Okay.
The page ever populate for you guys?
Yes.
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 Oh yeah.
Okay, great.
Wait, wouldn't I be over by Phocion?
Take a moment to arrange your characters where you actually want them to be in your marching order.
Okay.
Shannon, I forgot. What were we putting the green bubble 14? 4?
That is your armor class.
Armor class. Okay.
Wait, oh, that's my armor class. 18.
So the
I
green
think
one
you
is your
need to-
armor, the red is your HP, and then blue is
I think
whatever.
you're using blue for your spell
Spell
slots, right?
slots. Yeah.
I don't think my AC reset from the rest. It's showing I have a 21 for my hit points. I mean,
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I
Should
would
be
have-
Because that is
23.
not tied.
there
you
we
go.
go.
There we go.
I want to take my boomerang and like toss it into like, so I have a clear shot, like straight ahead. I want to take it and like try to toss it overhead so it makes a bunch of noise across the other side of the clearing, and hopefully distract them and lead them away from whatever they're munching on. Can I
Okay.
like do that as a little diversion?
Roll
Okay.
initiative.
Since we've got somebody who is doing an action that would technically take us into a combat. Hold up, guys.
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
my
Oh.
bad.
So make sure that your character, I've got Emma's in there. So Christian and Aaron, I'll need you guys to re-roll, but I need you to make sure that you have selected your icon on the board before you roll initiative over from D&D Beyond, please.
Mhm.
So
Sorry, I was straightening something up. So
so wait,
roll
I have to. Sorry, go ahead.
just roll initiative.
We're rolling initiative. Just make sure that you have your icon selected on the Roll20 tabletop before you roll initiative over from
D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
Is that instructions for everybody?
Yes,
Mhm.
everybody would be rolling initiative.
Oh, from D&D Beyond.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did it, but we'll see.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, good.
How do I do that again?
Click your
don't
icon
s-
on roll 20.
Select your icon on Roll20. And then that
I
should
d-
have the little gear pop up at the bottom and the 3 colored bubbles pop up at the top.
Oh, it's not doing that. That's why. Okay.
You should have control of it. Yeah, no, it says it's controlled by you.
Okay, there we go. It wasn't letting me do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Then with that on Roll20, pop over to D&D Beyond your character sheet and roll initiative.
Okay, I'm going to have to make a guy to enter this on roll 20 that is not FOSS.
Yeah, where is initiative on the character sheet though? That's what I need to know.
At
So look
the
at them.
top.
It's beside armor class.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Oh, that's right, Aaron. You were not here for the last combat. I'm sorry. I should have stepped you
No.
through the process.
No, that's okay. I did it right? Are we good?
15, yes.
We got you.
Dope.
I was able to modify my spell slots, and according to D&D Beyond, I had 2, but I used 1, so I've got 1, and I put a 1 in my blue. I figured it out right.
I think the blue represents spell slots. I don't know. I'm a barbarian.
I was to say it can be pretty much anything you want it to be. So if you were an archer, you could be like the total number of arrows you have.
Gotcha. So that's why it's edible.
Yeah, that one's kind of up to you on how you want to use it. Good lord. Okay.
Yes. Scott hasn't moved it whatsoever. He looks fantastic. Wow.
I know he's staying so still.
Weird how there's sunshine, but it's dark outside my window. He's a witch. All right. So what do we got?
Okay, so first up is Xanthion, who looks at you, Petra, and sees what you're doing. He would actually be right there up with you since you came up to the front. Sees what you're doing, figures it out, and gives you a nod to go ahead.
Nope.
That takes us to this wolf, who does not know that you're there. Natara, are you doing anything?
Third in line, so I kind of moved up behind those two.
Okay. So you move
I'm
up
kinda-
to there.
I'm kind of careful because I only got 8 hit points. Wolves
Emma,
are not. Wolves
you're
are
up. Isaac, is Emma doing anything?
I think she's just hanging back for now.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I'll do something. No. No, I can't. That wouldn't make sense. Never mind.
Okay. This wolf is continuing to eat. So, Petra, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna toss my boomerang.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about range. That's okay.
All right. 60-foot range. Your range would put you 60 feet.
She should almost be able to hit any of them.
Are you hitting them or are you making a distraction?
I'm making a distraction. I don't want to hit anyone. I just want to hit the nearest thing that'll make well, not the nearest thing, but something that'll make a noise and distract them enough to go check it out.
So you can definitely make it through, like, to back here, behind the wolves, or you could do it up here, back here. Or do you want, just tell me where you want to hit?
Let's go off to the side. To their left. In that tree. To the wolves' left.
Point and click, like this tree right here?
Sorry, just a second. Yeah, no, sorry, the one up above that.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. With a 23, you definitely hit it. No problem.
Cool.
Since it is a hit, the boomerang does not return to your hand.
Right.
Are you moving? Anything else on your turn?
No. I'm gonna stay right there, hiding behind the tree.
Okay. Felix, you're up. Anything?
Actually, quick question, just for clarity's sake. Where the fallen tree is, would that be counted as difficult terrain?
Yes.
Okay.
It also is giving you, since you're crouched down, it is giving you half cover.
Wow, I was say. Let me. Oh, fiddle fuck. Sorry. Yeah, we're gonna firebolt.
The wolves?
The tree.
Oh, the tree. Got it.
Yeah. Here, this tree.
Got it. Roll to hit. Or cast the spell.
Yeah, cast the spell. So, fireball. Or fire.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold
Very
up.
different.
Hold the fuck up. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
And the range is 120. You're definitely within that. Yep. Little poof of energy blasting through the air and poof, right onto that tree right there.
Okay, and then I duck back down.
Yep. No worry. You can cast it from ducked. That's not a problem. You still have line of sight. Okay.
Yep, that is it.
Hold up. This music is entirely wrong.
Amen. Thank you. What, that's better?
Yeah.
This wolf slowly goes up that way to see what's going on. This wolf
This little pig.
checks out that tree. Boss, you're up.
Who'd you say?
Ben. Fascion is up.
I step in front of the little girl.
Okay.
And ready my maul and look over at Felix. What do you want me to do?
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
If he's got time to reply.
Yeah, he does.
Get on the other side. Get on the other side of me.
Well, you stay with the little girl.
Well, I'll stay with her if you get on the other side and stand in between me and the wolves.
And then I look back and you better watch that little girl.
Wait, what is their movement? 4, yes, okay. Top of the round. Xanthion pulls out his longbow, nocks an arrow, and is holding a shot. This wolf is actually coming back this way, keeping its eyes toward the other wolves.
Okay.
Natari, you're up.
Why are we not attacking? I'm confused. Can I just attack?
Are you asking the group that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we want to save the human. And I feel like if we attack, there might be a risk that they'll kill the human before we can save, or whatever creature. It looks like a human on the map, but that was my thinking.
Oh, because
At least try to get the person out of there before we attack them.
Aren't they like squirrels that just their attention will be drawn to us?
What?
They're like squirrels. You start hitting them with arrows, and they're like, "What? What?"
Sorry, I was muted. I said
You were. I heard you talking, or saw you talking.
Probably better to deal with them one-on-one, or at least one at a time for a while, as opposed to all 6.
Because I got a
Also
straight shot.
that. Let's
Also-
get the human out of there first, or
Aaron.
the creature. Yeah.
Aaron, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Wow.
This guy is dead.
Oh.
This guy is dead and has been probably at least one meal for these wolves already.
Oh.
I want to kill
Anyway,
some wolves.
Natari, you're up. What are you
I
doing?
don't know what I don't know what the proper technology, what the terminology is, but I got a guiding bolt. Is that casting, or is that like an arrow?
No, that's a you would cast that spell.
Because it's an action, but it says first level clerical, 120 feet.
Yep. So you could hit any of these wolves within 120 feet.
Okay, I can't speak, but I'm gonna take that one that's closest to me.
Which one? This one?
I can't point. I forgot how to point. Is that
You just did it. Okay.
All right, now how do I do? Oh, I
So
did
you-
it. Cool. Guiding bolt. How do I?
Just go to your spell, click it, and it'll go into Roll20.
Okay, spells.
Just like the Roll20 button, like when you're doing any kind of roll.
Guiding bolt. Okay.
Yep.
Boom. Cast.
22 radiant.
Only 13. Radiant 22.
10 is exactly what you needed.
Okay.
Your you cast your spell. The bolt of divine radiant light shoots out from your hand. It hits this wolf, and it just explodes. Gone.
I know.
Are you moving?
No, because I don't get action surge like the other characters, so I'm done.
You can still
right?
make it. You can still make a movement on your turn in addition to the spell you cast.
Should be like
Just
30
move-
feet.
like
Each
move
box
like
is
there?
5 feet.
Okay.
That dude
Alright.
just explode a wolf.
Yes.
Talk about overkill.
I blessed him with the holy bolt.
I give myself a rim shot on my drum that I had on my back.
Okay.
But
Is that your turn, Natari?
Yes. Now, how many times can I use that? That's just one time?
One per round. When you cast it, that should have marked off one of your 2 spell slots.
All right, but I think I'm done.
Yep. Emma, you're up.
So everybody is looking away from me towards these wolves.
Yes.
I back up behind this tree over here.
Got it.
I feel like I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire right now. Sitting with the music going.
Yep.
Is that your final answer?
Actually, we can switch over.
Wait, way to pressure him to change music.
No, actually, it just made me realize we've actually moved into combat, so I can switch over to a different playlist.
While you're switching that, I got
Like
2 dots in my
that.
2 slots, so I have no more spell casting, right?
What was the other spell you cast?
You have
Detect magic.
Tech-
Yep,
yes.
that's right. So yes, now you are down to cantrips only.
Okay.
You should.
Thank you for the-
Did you pick a damage doing cantrip?
I don't know what you're saying words, but I don't know what they mean.
Did you pick a cantrip that can cause damage to enemies?
It
I
would
don't
be
know the
listed
answer.
under your spells. Spells known. What cantrips do you know?
Oh, cantrips is guidance, sacred flame, and sparing the die.
Sacred flame will cause damage.
Sacred Flame. Read the description on it, and it'll tell you how you can actually use that to cause damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Other than that, you can use your weapon.
Okay.
Emma, does that end your turn?
Yes.
Okay. All right. This wolf approaches you, and it jumps up to try to snap at you, Jim. Having stepped forward and revealed your location.
Good luck, Jim.
Yeah, I know. With 8 hit points, I'm dead.
It jumps up and snaps its jaws at you, but clamps around your chainmail, and it does not penetrate.
Yes. Just like real life.
Petra, you're up.
All right. I'm going to cast hold on. I want to cast sleep on all the wolves. Wait, not all of them. It's a range of 90 feet. Sends creatures into a magical slumber, 5d8. How many hit points of creatures is spell effect? So I think it's everyone within 90 feet that I target.
What
Right?
spell is it?
Where are you centering
Sleep.
it?
Just straight ahead.
Give me a location.
No, the range is 90 feet. It's a 20 feet radius. So
Oh,
you
okay.
pick a spot within 90 feet, and then from there, everything in
Yeah.
there is in the effect.
Okay. How do I do the little pinpointy thing?
You hold.
Yep.
Ah, so yeah, like right there at
Okay.
that bad boy.
So you would get this. Hold on. That wolf is asleep. And that wolf is asleep.
Fuck off, wolf.
Are you moving?
Nope. I'm gonna stay right here.
Okay. And as soon as this wolf falls unconscious, this guy stands up.
What?
Oh,
Mother Hubbard.
And that is where we will pick up next session.
Oh dear.
Thanks for playing, guys.
Nice. What a twist.
You cock tease.
Oh, this is nothing, guys. This is nothing.
That was
All right.
fun.
Great session,
just-
guys.
Like,
Way to
just
go,
imagine
everybody.
in the middle of doing the deed, you know, you're really hot and heavy into it, and then you just look at your partner and go, "Come back next time for more." Fuck out. He's
Stay
gone.
tuned.
Love you guys. Can't wait to play again.
Much love.
Have a good one, guys.
Good night.
Good night.